Four-game series coming to a close tonight as the Dodgers and Padres meet up. Dodgers looking for a series split, trying to remain unbeaten in series so far this season. We say welcome inside, Joe Davis or Hershiser. Alana Rizzo joins us in a moment. Big boost for the Dodgers tonight, especially offensively. They get Corey Seager back. He's missed the last 5 games. They went 2-3 without him.
And that's had a domino effect on the whole lineup. When you look at the Dodger lineup, Seager slips in there. Mookie Betts gets back to the top of the lineup. Muncy gets relieved of pressure. Jock Peterson gets relieved of pressure. And hopefully it gets Belly going too, because Seager has been the leader. If you want hard contact, he's the guy at the plate you want. Expected value of him, he should have a higher average than that 340 as hard as he's hit the ball this year. They're not putting him at shortstop yet, but they could play shortstop, but expect him there tomorrow. But tonight, they're just glad to have him back in the lineup.
Yeah, you talk about those expected numbers based on the quality of contact, how well he's actually hit the ball. He has the best expected numbers in all of baseball. As far as the pitching goes tonight, it's a good matchup. Chris Paddock goes for the Padres, and for the Dodgers, it's Julio Urias.
A couple of 24-year-olds that rely heavily on their fastball. Julio needs to get his in the strike zone and attack, especially out of the windup. He has an outstanding changeup, and that's what he's going to be facing on the other side. When you get to Chris Paddock, you're talking about a guy who loves to throw strikes. Last year, led the majors in first pitch strikes. This year, not so much.
Padres took the first 2 games of the series. Dodgers came back with a 6-0 win last night. Now they go for the series split and for a tie of first in the National League West.
It's the second Dodgers fan watch party of this season. A small part of season ticket members get to participate in this. You want to participate? You can too. Go to Dodgers.com/membership. That is Austin Barnes getting on the tools of ignorance as he gets ready to get behind the plate and catch Julio Urias. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Sportsnet LA set outside of Dodger Stadium alongside Nomar Garcia-Parra. I'm Alana Rizzo. Austin Barnes getting in there again. He's starting to heat up a little bit offensively. Good thing, because Will Smith is out of the game with some localized pain in his neck. Nomar sustained in San Diego last week with that collision, so it's up to Barnes to get it done.
Yeah, and he felt it a little bit when he had to go field that bunt, so he told the skipper, they pulled him out. But Austin Barnes, last couple of games, 3 for 5, double, couple RBIs as well, a run. And I tell you, yesterday what really brought the energy to this ball club, and I really changed the whole momentum and outlook of the game, was when he laid down that safety squeeze and got that bunt down. Execution, little things we always say matter.
It's good for him to get that done. I know, get that monkey off his back. 3 for his last 5 last night. Let's get it back inside to Joe Davis and Orel Hershiser, guys.
All right, Alana and Nomar, here come the Padres tonight with Fernando Tatis Jr. leading things off. Then Machado and Pham. Hosmer's at first hitting cleanup. Will Myers in right. Jurickson Profar at second. Olivares, Hedges, and Mateo round things out. And Julio Urias comes home, getting a swing and a miss, and off we go with strike 1. 24th birthday yesterday for Julio. And now makes his 4th start of the season. He's 1-0 with a 240. Trying to be more efficient this time out.
Yeah, he has had his strikeouts go down, his walks go up compared to last year. What I'm really looking for from him tonight is more competitive pitches coming out of his hand where they look like a strike. I think some of the other outings, they're just immediately balls.
1-2 on Tatis. 20 pitches per inning his last start, as he gave up just 1 run against the Giants on Friday, but it was a season low 4 innings because the pitch count ran up there. 1-2. Here he comes and gets Tatis swinging. 3 big swings and misses on fastballs.
Any starting pitcher would love to get confidence in their fastball when they come out of the bullpen, and when you're getting it by Tatis, that gives you an awful lot of confidence that you can live with that pitch in the strike zone.
You get a few swings and misses against that guy, you feel like you can get him against anybody. 1 away in this first inning, and up comes Manny Machado. Machado had a grand slam in the second game of this series. Keen a 6-2 Padres win. after they won the first game 2-1. Dodgers, though, came back last night, won 6-0. That's an off-speed pitch to the corner, and it's 1-1. Machado 3 homers and 6 driven in his last 5 games. On this 1-1, he swings and misses 1 and 2. Urias and the Dodgers trying to remain unbeaten in series this season. They've won 4 of them. They split a 4-game series with the Giants. And trying to split this 4-game set with the Padres. If they do, they move into a tie for first with Colorado. A 2-2 pitch. The count goes full.
You know, when you've been coached up a little bit to be more aggressive, sometimes it gets into your pacing too between pitches. And Julio, the first few outings this year, was really lethargic, but just
deliberate,
thoughtful and deliberate.
Yeah.
And he's getting right back on the mound and saying, here I come.
Here he comes. Foul. He's faced the Padres 7 times in his career. Julio has. Doesn't have a win, but he's got a 1.76 ERA against him. Struck out Tatis. And now Machado backspins a fly ball to deep left center field. Peterson and Pollock back. A.J. Pollock able to bring it in. Heck of a play by the former Gold Glover in center field in Arizona for out number 2 here in the first.
Sweet play. You've got a left-handed thrower in left field, a right-handed thrower in center field. So this play is going to be a backhand for somebody. And right at the end, the captain, the center fielder, takes over. You hear it. I got it. And then Peterson says, wall.
As he's crashing into it.
And AJ says, no. Blank.
Here's Pham. Strike 1.
That's a great play. He got into his chop steps enough to kind of judge where the wall was, so he didn't kind of stick into it, and just got his glove up in the nick of time.
Nothing in 2. Reminds me of that commercial where the guy's laying on the dashboard serving as the GPS, and he says, turn left now.
I got it. Whoa. Whoa. Jock even gave a little color analyst right there, like, whoa. It was some play. He's looking over there for a reaction still.
Pham 2 for 10 in this series so far. Urias downhill with an 0-2. That's golf to left and deep. Peterson back, no chance on this one. Home run for Tommy Pham. His second of the season, and the Padres have the game's first run.
Now, your outfielders can't pull this one back. It's a great play by A.J. Pollock on Machado. This one from Pham went to a little shallower part of the ballpark and hit it just as well. It kills you even more that it's 0-2. It's a slider. It's a good one, but you know what? 0-2. You're not looking for one that's a strike. You're looking for one that buries, and that one probably was a ball, but just barely low.
Now Hosmer hits one deep right center field. Back-to-back home runs on back-to-back pitches, and it's 2-0. Starting a party in that San Diego dugout.
They're looking to win 3 out of 4 here in Dodger Stadium. The series on the year is split so far. 1 on a slider and 1 on a fastball. 1 from a righty and 1 from a lefty.
Urias had given up just 2 extra base hits all season. He gives up 2 home runs on 2 pitches. Now Myers. Good frame job by Barnes to get strike 1. Myers having a good season so far. behind Urias 0-2. The 24-year-old in his 5th year with Major League time. Coming home with an 0-2. A little bit high, ball 1. So now the 1-2. Myers yanks one to left. That's a base hit. And 3 in a row for the Padres with 2 out.
Second baseman number 10, Jurickson Profar.
Julio had allowed 2 home runs in his previous 61 innings back to last season. Gives up those 2 to Pham and Hosmer. Now base hit for Myers, and here's Profar. This one should be playable. It's Betts and right, and the inning is over. But the Padres get 2 quick ones against Urias on back-to-back home runs, and the Dodgers come to bat against Chris Paddock after this. Tonight, down 2-0 before they come to bat as Mookie Betts gets ready to lead things off. Then it's Corey Seager in the lineup for the first time since Friday night. Turner hits 3rd and starts at 3rd. Then Bellinger, the first baseman, hitting cleanup. A.J. Pollock already a fantastic play in center field. He's the 5-hitter tonight with Muncy at 2nd. Jock Peterson in left. Chris Taylor with another start at short as they ease Seager back, and Austin Barnes doing the catching. Against the 24-year-old they call the Sheriff, Chris Paddock, who beat the Dodgers for the first time in 5 tries in his career when he saw him last Monday, allowing 3 runs over 6 innings in that game and besting Walker Buehler. His first pitch tonight is a strike to Betts.
That's what he's looking to do, is pound the strike zone, especially early in the count. Last year, the best first pitch strike thrower in baseball.
Oh, inside almost, in fact, did hit Mookie. And the Dodgers have the leadoff man on.
Designated hitter number 5, Corey Seager.
Fastball in, doesn't want to make a mistake out over the plate. That one feels kind of like a Charlie horse.
Yeah, right.
It's right on your quad, right on the muscle. Sometimes it gets to the IT band there and really gets a little achy, but it's one of the easier ones to rub off.
So Betts is on, and up comes Corey Seager for his first at-bat since last Friday. This guy was hitting the ball as well as anybody in baseball. Quality of contact, how hard he was hitting it, the very top of every leaderboard in that regard. And they missed him. They went 2 and 3 without him. Takes a low strike, and it's 0-1.
Little welcome back from Dieter Rule.
Is it the Mace version or the original?
Welcome back, Cotter. That's where I remember it from.
0-2.
Did I just miss something again?
No. Yeah, I mean,
I was afraid I
don't know
needed my medication again or something.
No, you may, but you didn't miss anything. The Mace version is the one they have on the MLB commercial, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Seager turns on one, fly ball right center field, back to the wall, and boy, he didn't miss a beat, did he? First at bat back, ties the game with a 2-run home run.
They were 2 and 3 when he was out of the lineup. Well, he just tied this one up. That's some early impact.
So 2-2, right back at square one as Turner comes up and fouls it off.
Corey Seager not missing a beat, not missing this fastball. Inner half, and you know he swings at strikes. One of the most aggressive hitters in baseball. He got everything he expected on that one.
Yeah, now Turner ahead, 2 balls, 1 strike. Justin riding a 7-game hitting streak, hitting that big 3-run home run last night. He's driven in 7 in those 7 games. Can't lay off, and the count evens 2-2. Paddock turns and fires, and Turner watches ball 3, not close. Now, Chris Paddock said that he thought last year against the Dodgers he was a little bit too amped up, paid too much attention to the names in the lineup and the name in the front of the jersey. Did a better job of not worrying about that when he faced him down in San Diego last week. You know, we were talking about Justin Turner's hitting streak. Is the distribution of the hits that have come during that 7-gamer. Statcast powered by Google Cloud. This will be the 8th pitch coming here to Turner. A payoff. Roller to third for Manny Machado. Turner the first out. That start where Paddock finally got a win against the Dodgers was in San Diego. Still looking for his first really good performance in this ballpark. Although an entirely different experience pitching here when there's not 50,000 people burning holes through you with their eyes, making noise, making the place shake. Bellinger stands in. And slices a line drive to center field right at Olivares. But that's as hard as we've seen him hit one in a while.
Feels good coming off the bat. It doesn't feel good jogging back to the dugout. If there's anybody in the Dodger lineup that needs some results, it's Cody.
Yeah, that RBI double last night, but the OPS still below 500. 1 year after it was over 1,000. 2 out and a 2-2 game in the first, and here's Pollock. What a no. AJ last year was really unhappy with his defense, especially early on. Felt better about it as the year went on after he came back from the injured list stint. Here he shows bunt, takes a strike. Graded out as one of the worst defensive outfielders in the National League. Not only had he had a positive value defensively every year of his career before that, but there was a Gold Glove in there. 2015 as a center fielder. I bring that up because it was nice to see him make that play in front of the wall last inning. Kind of throwing it back to some of the things we'd seen him do in an Arizona uniform.
Well, he put on some muscle mass going into last year and trimmed it back up this year.
It's a fly ball to deep left field, and AJ Pollock leaves the yard to give the Dodgers the lead here in the first. His 5th, and this one had no doubt. Hit that one a long way off.
He sure did. He got everything behind it. It's even making him smile as far as it went. Jock, who hits him a long way, smiling right with him. He hit it so far and so fast.
Wow. The Bruce Star to the Bruce Star. Well, for Paddock, home runs have started to become a little bit of an issue. That is a strike on Muncy. 2 of them here in the first inning.
Gave a few in his last start. The 2-run job by Seager. Most of the time he's given up solo shots like Pollock. Paddock has been very good with men on base, just like Julio Urias. They've got themselves a new pitcher's battle, but it's after the score is 3-2.
1-2 on Muncy. And the Dodgers, when they hit 1 or more home runs, 11-4 this year. First 2 games of this series, they failed to leave the yard and lost those 2. On a 1-2 pitch, Muncy takes in the dirt. 2-2. One night after they revived the offense with a little bit of small ball. Enough of that. That's bang home runs. 2 of them in the first inning.
We've been waiting for an inning like this. This offense reaching its potential.
Muncy fouls that into the glove for strike 3, and the inning is over. But Seager and Pollock both launch home runs. Seager in his first at bat in nearly a week. Doesn't miss a beat. Ties the game at 2 with that shot. And then A.J. Pollock comes up. One of the longest home runs he's hit as a Dodger. And after 1, it's 3-2. Well, the baseball gods love the Dodgers tonight. They're going to start this second inning with 1 out. I'm just kidding. Ground out on the first pitch of the inning from Edward Olivares. And Dodgers with a 3-2 lead. Urias on the mound here in the second. Austin Hedges coming to the plate. 1 gone in a 3-2 game. Hedges off of the bench in last night's game, having started the first 2. And has started to get the offense going. He's 4 for 28 on the season. All 4 hits have come against L.A. Strike 1.
Julio getting some swings and misses already. Of course, the 2 runs are up there, but what he's doing, I like the fact that he's being aggressive.
Grounded to third. Nice pick by Turner with a backhand. 2 up and 2 down.
Your favorite Dodger Stadium eats are now available at home, and delivery is free for this week. From Dodger dogs to garlic fries and nacho helmets, get a taste of the ballpark experience delivered on demand. Search for Dodgers home plates on Postmates and order your stadium favorites for tonight's game now.
Congratulations to the 25-year-old Jorge Mateo making his major league debut here, and he squares the bunt, and that is his thing. He's one of the fastest players in pro baseball. More than 300 stolen bases in his minor league career. Former Yankee farmhand, former Oakland farmhand, in his first year in the San Diego system. Called up for this one, behind 0-2. Day that he's no doubt dreamt about his entire life. Mateo out of the Dominican Republic, starting in left tonight, waiting on a 1-2. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Urias kicks and deals. That is a lightning quick second inning for Julio. Just 9 pitches to sit down the bottom third. 1-2-3. Jock Peterson took the first pitch that he saw from Chris Paddock in San Diego last week and send it out of the park. First pitch of the game. It's one of his 2 home runs against Paddock lifetime. And here's Jock to lead off this second. Dodgers 3, Padres 2. First inning home runs from Seager and Pollock. Paddock comes home and misses with his first one. Popped up and short right field. That is 5 at 9 for Machado to catch it. 1 away.
Introducing Quick Pick, MLB Rally's new predictive game that offers fans the opportunity to pick outcomes and compete for cash prizes. Make your predictions count. Play Quick Pick. No purchase necessary. 21 plus to compete. Restrictions apply. See official rules and enter at MLB.com/QuickPick.
Chris Taylor hitting 8 tonight. Dodgers shortstop with another hit last night. More solid defense at short. Corey Seager figures to be back in there regularly soon, but Dave Roberts easing him back in as the DH at first. And he can afford to take his time before putting Seager back in there, because it doesn't matter where Chris Taylor's plugging in, you don't lose much. 1-1. One and two.
Back-to-back nights where the Dodgers see a right-handed pitcher that has a good changeup. A little firmer fastball here with Paddock compared to Davies.
Dave Roberts talked last night about how much he enjoyed watching Zach Davies pitch. Said obviously you don't like watching him shut your team down, but he appreciated how he truly pitched. Taylor down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Myers hustling over as it trickles into foul ground. His throw to second not in time, and a stand-up double for Taylor.
You always run through your mind, where would we be without this portion, this guy, this bullpen? Well, Chris Taylor is one of those people that come to the top of your mind when you look at the Dodgers for the last few years, really, but especially here in 2020.
So his solid stretch continues with a 1-out double here in the second, and the 9-hitter Austin Barnes comes up. Barnes entered the series 2 for 22 on the year. He's gone 3 for 5 this week. He had a double late in that 6-2 game that didn't mean much in the outcome of the game, but hopefully for Austin it can lead to bigger things.
It's nice to see him as a guest on the post-game show, see him smiling, loosening up a little bit. He is wound tight.
Native of Riverside. 30 years old in his 6th year with Major League time. Over in the D. Gordon deal 2014 from Miami. Taylor at second, 1 away. Paddock comes home with an 0-2. That's a very high ball 1. You know, Austin is the second Dodger catcher from Riverside, but the first in 100 years.
Really?
John Chief Myers, 1916 and 17. He won a few pennants with the Giants, but then came over to the Dodgers for a couple years. He was born in a Native American village outside of Riverside. Moved into town when he was a teenager, then went to school across the country at Dartmouth before getting into pro ball. Chief Myers, they called him. Taylor at second with one out as Paddock fires a 1-2. Barnes skies it to left for Jorge Mateo. 2 out. Back to the top for Betts. Got hit by a pitch, scored in the home run from Seager. Mookie has been at his best this year when there have been men on base. Here he is with Taylor at second. The Dodgers in front 3-2. Paddock throws and Betts goes after the first pitch, drives the ball to right center field. It's over Olivares, over the wall and gone. Opposite field, 2-run shot, Mookie Betts. Third home run for the Dodgers in the first 2 innings, and they lead 5-2.
You heal up Corey Seager's back, get him in there. That slips Mookie Betts back to the top of the order, and that doesn't mean he's a leadoff hitter with no power. This young man has tremendous power to all fields, and boy, did he hit that one solid.
Already Chris Paddock, a career high in homers allowed as Seager hooks this one off the end of the barrel, and in right field Myers will put it away to end the inning. Seager and Pollock in the first, Betts here in the second, his 5th as a Dodger, and they lead at 5-2.
Everybody joined now by Tony Gonsolin, who continues to do such a great job on the hill. What did you take away from your outing last night, Tony?
Really had the changeup going early in the game. First couple innings, I think I was only fastball changeup, so it's nice to get through the lineup one time and only use 2 pitches. Coming that third inning, started using some of the breaking balls, and kind of just rolled from there.
82 pitches. What was so effective about that split change? How impressed are you with what you've been able to do with the development of that pitch?
I've been working on it a lot this offseason, trying to get better or like less vertical break on it. Felt like it was a little bit high last year, and was causing a lot of the swing and miss to disappear. Still getting some soft contact though, but this year it's a little bit better. I don't know. It just looks better out of the hand, and it plays better off the fastball's gotten a little better as well.
Yeah, it's looking so good. And now, you come out here, you're watching this offense. How nice is it to be able to have this type of offense behind you? You guys get down early in this game, but they come right back out at the bottom of the first, put some runs on, they keep tacking on. How much confidence does that give you as a pitcher?
I think it keeps everybody in the game. You realize that it's never over, and you can just, that the team's going to hit and put runs on the board.
A career high in strikeouts for you. How important is that milestone, setting that at 8 last night and knowing that swing and miss is working?
It's always great to have the swing and miss there. That it just shows that your pitches are working, and the break is right, and you're setting people up and executing pitches. Dave Roberts said that you're likely going to get another start already. So how do you prepare for that, and how nice is it to know that your skipper has that confidence in you that you can do it again? Definitely relaxes me a little bit, knowing that I get to stay here and cheer on the club until it's my turn again. It gives me a couple extra days of repair since I know who I am throwing against, which is nice. All right, Tony, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you. Guys.
All right, Alana, thanks to Tony. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Machado after Arias got Tatis to fly to center. He comes back home, and Machado takes high and away. Fly to center his first time. Arias' 2-2 pitch, and the dirt, full count.
Going through the heart of the order right here with Machado up. Already got Tatis. Time for Julio to start settling in with this 5-2 lead.
Grounded to third. Turner's got it. Cross the diamond to get him 2 out.
That'll help. Have the vacuum cleaner down there at third. Pick one up for you. He's been very good with his fastball. I know he's giving up the home runs, but very aggressive and Strike throwing ability with the fastball is hovering around 80%.
Pham hit a home run against him in the first inning. Pham and Hosmer home runs on back-to-back pitches. There he is locating a fastball again. Strike one. Little bit high, 1-1. There he is to Pham, who takes ball 2. Got it by him. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
High octane and great location.
He has just wasted no time at all. Back downhill with a 2-2. Pham swings and fouls it into the glove. Strike 3. Boy, it's like this game has had a triple shot of espresso with the home runs and the tempo that Julio's pitching with. Ticket to the game with America's largest 5G network. The Dodgers with 3 home runs over the first 2 innings against Chris Paddock and a 5-2 lead to the bottom of the 3rd. 3, 4, and 5 coming up. Here's Turner. Strike 1.
Time to get greedy if you're the Dodgers. You feel good. Paddock, who's on the mound, is a guy that you really want to try and damage his confidence for the rest of the year. Being a short season, being a guy who really carries himself like he's the ace of the Padres. You'd love to put a guy like this on his heels. They already have, but can almost finish it off. So it'll be something that he has to respond to even again in his next outing and the next time he faces the Dodgers. Well, they're going to only have 3 more games left with the Padres.
Yeah, after tonight. Right now, the season series tied at 3 apiece.
In San Diego, those 3 will be. Guessing.
Yeah, I have to double check. Turner with a line drive into center field. That'll drop in front of Olivares. He tumbles down. The ball kicks away, and Turner will wind up at second to open the inning. So the hitting streak extended to 8 for Justin Turner.
He got hot, and now he's staying hot. Breaking ball that he is so adept at hitting and getting it in the air as it's breaking down.
And you're right, by the way, those 3 games will be in San Diego, September 14th through the 16th. Reason I hesitated is because there are some head-to-head series where 7 games are played at one site this year. That is caught at first by Hosmer, and Bellinger has progressed from not hitting it very well and not getting hits to hitting it really well and getting robbed. Hopefully the next iteration of that is he keeps hitting it hard and they start finding some holes. A.J. Pollock to the plate. His last time up hit a home run to give the Dodgers the lead.
Fastball that went a long way, and the watch party enjoyed that one. We hear you here at the stadium.
It is A.J.'s longest home run of his 5 this year. We've heard a lot of guys talk about the lack of in-game video this year being a detriment, being something they really have to work to overcome. A.J. has said he thinks it's maybe freed him up some, forcing him to be a little bit less analytical, a little bit less mechanical, and just play off a feel. Shoots one towards the right field corner. Myers won't get there, and Pollock's got extra bases again. RBI double for A.J. Pollock to go along with a home run, and the Dodgers lead 6-2.
There is a difference between playing baseball and playing baseball swing. And just going up there and being an athlete, trying to feel it, trying to just put the barrel of the bat on the ball, and that's where AJ is. And his space right now mentally, he is in one of the best places he's ever been, and definitely the best place he's ever been as a Dodger.
3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and a visit here from Larry Rothschild. The 6 runs matches a career high allowed by Chris Paddock. Second time that he's allowed 6 to LA. Quick word from AT&T TV.
Watch the local sports you love on AT&T TV.
Everything that he learns in this start, he'll take back and he'll put down on paper. Keeps a journal, Chris Paddock does. There goes Pollock on the first pitch. Hedges throw. They got him. Heck of a play by Machado and a perfect throw from Austin Hedges behind the plate.
Man, he says he's okay. He might have caught a little bit of a spike from AJ Pollock. I understand why AJ went with Manny being so far off the line. Maybe he couldn't get there in time. Manny had to play like a wide receiver, and Hedges had to be like a quarterback, hitting him on a swing pass. He beats Pollock to the bag and got the ball in time.
On a 1-0 pitch, Muncy fouls it off himself, and it's 1-1. Were you ever a journal keeper?
Yep.
Yeah.
3x5 cards on hitters and my outings and different things like that.
He puts everything down, everything that he learns over the course of a day. Any quotes that he hears that he likes, stuff from outings that he picks up on guys' swings.
Yeah, it's important. You really can't remember everything, and now with all the data they have, they don't have to remember everything, but there's still things as far as in the feeling department or adjustments you made in the moment that need to be recorded.
Two balls, 1 strike. Max Muncy watches his spin low and in. Ball 3. He really plays the mental side of the game and the mental side of life. He tries to prioritize. Out off, and the count goes full. Writes his goals down. We've told this story before. Going into his rookie year, wrote all his goals for the season down, but also his goals for his career. And one of the things he wrote down was the kind of numbers he thought it would take to get into the Hall of Fame one day. He's not just talking about being a good big leaguer. He's not just talking about being the ace of the staff. He wants to be one of the greats. That's outside, and ball 3.
Sounds like he listens to a little Tony Robbins. Very much a positive thinker, raising the bar for himself.
We talked about it in his last start. David Goggins.
Yeah.
Well, some of us had this as ball 4. There's some confusion there on what exactly the count was. Adam Amari's got to say, stay in your lane. I got the count. I had it right. That was ball 3. And so a 3-2 pitch. Again.
We won't tease Dave on our podcast with him on that one at all. Or maybe we will.
Maybe a little.
Yeah. I'll get him a clicker for his birthday.
Another payoff. Muncy takes ball 4 this time. Everybody agrees that one's ball 4. First walk issued by Paddock. And the inning kept alive for Jock Peterson.
Number 31, Jock Peterson.
Flied out his first time and is 1 for 20 on this homestand. Sharply hit, but way out there is Machado. Peterson saying, curse the data, curse the defense. 6-2 after 3. On Sportsnet LA is brought to you by the SoCal BMW Centers. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. And by Carl's Jr., the new Monster Angus Thick Burger from Carl's Jr. The only way to stop it is to eat it. Beautiful night, but it's going to get hot this weekend. Triple digits coming up. Hosmer takes first pitch breaking ball for a strike. Homered on the first pitch that he saw from Julio back in the first. That made it 2-0. The Dodgers with 6 straight since.
First pitch home run. Julio's been a first pitch strike thrower. 11 out of 13.
Slicing fly left center field. Pollock and Peterson. Have you ever seen him work anything close to this fast?
No, not at all. And I'm glad. You know, he started to use a new little windup here.
Number 4, Will Myers.
And we apologize because of COVID. We don't carry the same amount of information with us through every game. So I'd love to show you the windup from his last start, but he had a sidestep with a big deep knee bend. And now he's stepping back a little bit more and getting some momentum going to the home plate. I think he's very confident with it as he's getting right back up there and going with it. And he's not worried about it or feeling like it's awkward or thinking through it. He used to step sideways towards third base about foot and a half, bend his knee and then get into it. Now just a little baby step. And what he's doing now is eliminating his hip turn a little bit, and it's actually getting him into the same kind of hip turn and position that he uses from the stretch, where he throws the ball very well.
Fires the 1-1 to Myers. That is outside, ball 2. Haven't seen nearly as many of those non-competitive balls out of hand tonight.
He's coming directly at you now instead of kind of swinging around the pitches, where he's rotationally just over rotating and having to rotate back to home plate. And now a lot of his momentum is going directly towards home, and that's keeping his hand more behind the ball, and he's driving the ball into the strike zone.
On a 2-2, Myers chops one to Turner at third. That took a bounce up towards his chin. He leaned back and fielded it and whipped it across to get him 2 away.
JT's been busy down there. He's had a few backhands, and that one up there by his cabeza.
Jurickson Profar. A 6-2 game in the 4th. Jurickson flied to right his first time, but he's heated up offensively over the last week after an ice cold start. He went 4 for his first 41, but he's 5 of his last 12. That was a special moment last night at the end of the game. Him and Kenley Jansen getting to go head to head, even though the game at that point was pretty much in hand. It's outside, ball 2, but you saw the respect they had for one another after Jansen got him for the final out. Big smiles. The signature smile, it seems like, of the men that hail from Curacao. These guys are always smiling. That's a shot into right center field and a base hit for Profar. Over to cut it off is Pollock, and the inning kept alive. Gregarious personalities.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, ready to cut you off.
No, but it's that island happiness. I guess if I lived on a beach, I'd be happier, right?
Right.
We got plenty of beaches here in LA.
I was going to say, how could you be any happier?
I'm the guy at the beach that's got the tennis shoes on and the white socks, sitting under an umbrella. I'm not a sand guy. I like looking at it and hearing the waves, but I'm not big in the sand.
Here's Olivares with 2 out. Although we wouldn't know that you had the white socks on because they'd be under your pants that you had on at the beach too. Am I right?
Probably right. Yeah. I don't want to get my sunburned calves. Those hurt.
Been with you every day for the last 5 years, and I've never seen your calves.
It's going to stay that way.
Okay, that's fine. And 0-1. Bounced up the middle. Behind the bag. Muncy's got it. Step in the bag and finish the 4th. Dodgers 6, Padres 2.
Dave Roberts joining me now. And Skip, earlier today you said Corey Seager adds consistency back in that lineup. It does not appear that he has skipped a beat.
No, he hasn't, Alana. And, you know, I didn't expect the first pitch that he'd seen tonight. He'd hit a homer in the right center field. But, yeah, obviously having Corey in the lineup just makes us considerably better. And, you know, I just think the guys fed off that. And obviously Mookie opening up, getting hit by a pitch. So it kind of lit a fire under us, so which I guess wasn't a bad thing.
Yeah, speaking of lighting a fire, did you light a fire under Julio Urias? What can you say about the tempo, the pace, and the aggressiveness on the hill?
I love it. I love it. And early on, I still like the aggressiveness. He gave a couple homers by attacking and just missing out over. But I think that the way we answered back in the bottom half and realized that it's his game again, and you can just see he wants that game, and the way he's attacking, the changeup, everything looks great.
The way that you said that your offense answered back, how nice is it to not have to scratch and claw for every single run? A lot of long balls tonight and extra base hits.
It's great, and I think even that last at bat by Muncy taking the walk. But yeah, we're getting pitches over the plate, elevating him in the air, backspinning him, and I like the wins any way I can get him the runs, but the home run is always nice.
All right, Doc, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Chris Taylor leading off this 4th, and as you see, it's against a new pitcher. Luis Perdomo already replacing Chris Paddock. Perdomo started the first game of this series, but went just 1 inning. Gave up a run on 2 hits. Ahead of Taylor 1 and 2.
Remember, this is a young man they picked up in the Rule 5 draft years ago, and he had to come to the big leagues or they would possibly lose him back to his original club.
Cranked to left center field by Taylor. That'll split the gap and bounce up against the wall. On his way to second with his second double and as many at-bats tonight.
Chris Taylor has been outstanding on defense wherever you put him, and now there's another home. It's called the batter's box. He has really got his swing locked in right now.
Here's Barnes. Strike 1. Fly out to left field the first time for Austin. Talking a little bit about his Riverside background his last time up. Of course, was an infielder growing up there. They called him Hoover. Nothing got by him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Even though he was tiny and wore big old glasses while he was out in the field. At the Riverside Poly High School, middle infielder there. At Arizona State is a middle infielder too. Rode the bench there as a freshman before moving to catcher. Lifts his fly ball left center field, and Barnes has a 2-run shot. Everybody getting involved tonight. Austin Barnes with his first home run of the season. And here in the 4th, the Dodgers lead it 8-2.
He just missed the pitch in his last at bat, and this one he doesn't miss at all. It was a high changeup that he flew out to left field on. This is a high changeup that he hits out to left center. Kike and the mustache loving it.
As if they're two entities.
Yes.
So Barnes with his first home run of the year and his first home run since last June. Here's Mookie. Another in 2. Hit by a pitch in the first. Hit his 5th home run of the year in the 2nd.
Top of the order, the top 5 hitters are 5 for 10, Joe. We got some thunder tonight.
That ball's lifted to left center field, back towards the wall. Betts has done it again. They're out of their collective minds tonight. That is 5 home runs over the first 3+ innings for the Dodgers, 2 for Mookie Betts.
Who's next? Somebody hit.
Strike 1 on Seager.
The one that wants to be next is Cody Bellinger. He's hit the ball as hard as these guys, but Mookie Betts and the others are getting results.
Now, Dave Roberts was steadfast a couple days ago, and concerns were boiling over a little bit about the offense, the lack of production, back-to-back games without a home run. But look, it'll be fine. This happens every year to every team, no matter how good. There are stretches where it just times out, where everybody seems to slump at the same time. Tonight, everybody getting hot at the same time. Good pitch there. 2-2 on Seager. Mookie, with his first multi-home run game as a Dodger, did it 16 times in Boston. Full count on Seager. And a walk. Forward from Morongo.
Morongo, playing it safe. The good times are back.
It's an appropriate commercial for tonight. The good times are back.
That's right.
Turner's hit in the 3rd inning was ruled a single with an E8, allowing him to advance to 2nd. Extended his hitting streak to 8 games. Nine runs over the first 3 games of the series, 9 over the first 3+ innings tonight. Perdomo's 0-1. Another 0-2 down the right field line and into the net.
When we've talked to Dave Roberts, he said that he thinks the offense is going to start to come around because of the short ramp up, and then the 3 exhibition games, and now 19 games under the hitter's belts. All of a sudden, he said they're going to start to get their timing and start to catch up to the pitching.
Maybe across baseball, we're going to see that in a year where, as we've touched on over the first few weeks, some of the worst offensive numbers the game has ever seen. Turner with a rare bad chase there. Got a foot off of the plate, and he goes after it. Perdomo finally gets the first out of the 4th.
Cody Bellinger coming up here, Joe, and believe it or not, he has the hardest hit ball in the game, and he has nothing to show for it. His line drive to center field, this is almost 110 miles an hour, 109.9. The other ball he hit was 101.3. So everybody else is getting
rewarded. 5 home runs. Bellinger with 2 of the hardest hit balls, but 0 for 2. And that's sometime how it goes, though, as you see a guy start to climb out of that hole and emerge into the daylight. Doesn't just jump right out. Pokes his head out and gets robbed a couple times, and that emerges completely. 2-1.
If he gets to a 2-strike count here and then goes to his just touch it swing and beats the shift, that might be the thing that gets him out of it.
Really heavy shift down right now. 2-1 is up for ball 3. I don't know if you're going to see just touch it swing here.
No.
Yeah.
This is a strike. I hope his shoes are tied tight.
And I hope you have your gloves ready in Pasadena. Good pitch there. 3-2. Runner at first, one gone, and a 3-2 to Bellinger is high for ball 4.
That's some very good discipline to hit 2 balls hard, get nothing for it, but then take your walk.
Larry Rothschild out for a visit with Perdomo, who has an ERA above 8 against the Dodgers in his career. That included in his major league debut. He gave up 6 runs in 1 inning and had an ERA of 54. He's a Rule 5 pick. And what that means is the only way the Padres could keep him was if they kept him on the major league roster that entire next year after they acquired him in the Rule 5 draft. And so he had to wear it. Coming up as a 22-year-old. Before he was ready, had never pitched above A ball at that point. They got knocked around, and they live with it because they knew the kind of potential he had. Still yet to really find it, though. Now pitching in his 5th major league season, has an ERA above 5, the worst in baseball since his debut. Pollock has a home run and a double. He's got 2 on with 1 out. And cracks this one in the air to left, but playable for Mateo.
Second baseman, Max Muncy.
Well, it's Muncy's turn to start revving it up. 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout, but he does have a walk. One ball, no strikes. Two on, 2 out, 1-0. Muncy watches a high strike, 1-1. The All-Star Max Muncy pokes it foul, and it's 1-2.
Julio's been up, moving around, waving his arms. He almost looked a little bit like Kenta Maeda back in the day. Yeah. There it is. He's been sitting there for about 16 minutes now, so he's ready to get back out there. And we'll see when he comes back out with this big lead. Hopefully he stays aggressive with that fastball. He has commanded it so well.
Got a fresh haircut. YOLO.
Yeah.
Whoa. Max not going to like that one, especially when he goes back after the game and takes a peek at where it finished. The inning is over, but they hit 2 more home runs. Austin Barnes with his 1st of the season. Mookie Betts with his 2nd of the night. They've got 5 total and lead at 9-2. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealer. Get great deals on a bold new Camry at Toyota's We Make It Easy sales event. And by Mercury Insurance, low rates, big discounts, great insurance. This is Jack Taylor. We're going to tell you all about Jack in just a moment. As Austin Hedges leads off this inning against Julio Urias. First pitch, swings away, pops it up. Austin Barnes, one pitch, one out. Jack Taylor was a pitcher for the Cubs in the early 1900s. And on this date in 1906, the Dodgers got to Jack. They knocked him out of the game in the third inning. Why does that matter? Why are we talking about that all these years later? Because it ended a string of 187 consecutive complete games for Jack Taylor.
Come on.
5 years in a row without getting yanked. Jorge Mateo takes a strike.
187 games in 5 years.
Yeah, that part's amazing
is one
too.
Thing. 187 complete games in a row.
Move over, Cy Young. Move over, old Hoss Radborn. Jack Taylor, remember that name. 1-2. He only pitched one more major league season, which may not be a shocker if he's pitching that many innings, but bounced around the minors for a few years. He retired. He moved home to Ohio and became a coal miner.
Back then, one of the injuries was called the frozen shoulder. I'm sure his shoulder froze up.
Had you gotten an MRI, it probably would have shown something a little different.
Yeah.
Off the end of the bat, backspinning its way into short right field. Bellinger and Betts. It's Betts taking charge and making the catch.
That's when a reliever was a bad starter.
Right.
You know, they really hadn't developed the whole bullpen concept.
Couple of quick outs here in the fifth for Urias. Much more efficient tonight as Tatis comes up with the bases empty and 2 gone. You know, a lot of the all-time records when it comes to complete games and innings were from a little bit before that era, but it's kind of apples to oranges because that's when the pitching distance was shorter. That's outside in ball 1, and that's when it was illegal to throw overhand. Guys tried to push the rule by getting as close a sidearm as they could, but you couldn't deliver it from above the shoulder until the late 1880s. Off the hands into shallow right center field. Betts will make the call and the catch, and on 7 pitches, Julio Urias with a 1-2-3 fifth. Jock Peterson leading off this bottom of the fifth for the Dodgers. He is the only guy in the lineup tonight yet to reach. They lead 9-2 on 9 hits, including 5 homers. First one from Luis Perdomo is a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. Those 5 home runs, they've jumped right back into the major league lead in homers. One.
Statement game. You know, Padres could have come into Dodger Stadium and won the series 3-1. Win the night for the Dodgers. They have the series. They get into a virtual tie with Colorado for first place.
They'll have played 2 more games in the Rockies after tonight. A win would make them 13-7. The Rockies are 12-6. Perdomo deals 1-2. Peterson grounds one into the shift. That's Machado. That is out number 1. Tonight's Pacifico fan of the game, Harrison Ford. Just kidding. It looks a little bit like him, though. Frederick in Florida. Big Dodger fan. Check out that Dodger den he's got. That is awesome.
It's like a Fernando jersey, an Andre Ethier jersey.
Pennant from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Thanks for sending, Frederick. Keep sending us your pictures and video on social media. You've got to be 21 or older to participate. 9-2 game in the fifth. Here's Taylor, who's doubled both times. 0-1. other than 2. So Anaheim this weekend, 3 with Mike Trout and the Angels, and then 4 with the Mariners next week. It'd be a funky little setup where there are 2 games here. Second game on Tuesday is a 4:30-ish start time, and then they fly to Seattle and play 2 there on Thursday or on Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah. I think it's a 4:10 game, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's going to be warm, and it'll be a little different at the end of the game as far as the shadows. You better want to score early in that game.
Sharply hit. Diving stop by Tatis from his knees, not in time, and Taylor's 3 for 3.
Fernando Tatis Jr. just made a very exciting play, and the reason he didn't get an out is just because of Chris Taylor's speed. But wow, ranging to his left, gets this at the very last moment, and then the strong arm which he has. The one bounce throw, it's on purpose, but boy, that's an outstanding play from a guy we're going to see a lot of great plays from for a long time to come.
Since he was in middle school, he said, "I want to be the Dominican Derek Jeter." Points to all the respect that Jeter had throughout his career, and then the rings. Won 5 of them. Barnes grounding 1 to third. Backhand Machado to second 1. Profar to first, a double play. So that ends the inning. First 0 put up by Padres pitching tonight. 9-2 after 5.
Play of last inning, Chris Taylor being put out at second base. I think they're looking to see if Jurickson Profar was actually on the bag as he received the baseball. The original look, it looked like he was straddling the bag. Boy, it's really close. The foot is on the bag as he's receiving it, but as it touching the leather or the spikes coming off, that angle's tough to see it. But the first angle is the one they probably need to look at, right? Wow, that is so close. The call on the field is out, so I think that's probably going to be the one that stands. They can't be looking at Chris Taylor's slide because it was already. Oh, they're going to call him safe. He was off the bag. The inning continues.
All right. Yeah, he was never on the bag.
Yeah, you could see the brown of the dirt behind the bag. Yep. He was up by about a ½ an inch.
And with the advent of replay, the neighborhood rule is no more. So they got to go back out there.
So it's a 5-4-3 put out at first.
Is there a way to score that without it looking like a double play when you just glance down? There's not, is there?
5-3 and then put 4 in parentheses. Like it stopped there.
Well, not only does it keep the inning alive, but it does so for Mookie Betts, who has hit 2 home runs tonight. Second inning, opposite field, hit a 2-run shot. And then came up in the 4th and did it again, a solo home run.
Well, he came back from the finger issue that he had. Missed a few games. He has picked up right where he's left off. He was starting to get hot, and now he is hot.
He's going to have a few chances tonight, Orel, at a major league record. He has 5 career 3 home run games. That's 3rd most in major league history. Johnny Mize and Sammy Sosa have 6. And Mookie's sitting with 5. Dodgers 9, Padres 2, bottom of the 5th. Perdomo had to warm up again. Now comes home, and Betts takes ball 1.
Chris Paddock tried to pitch him in there, and the second pitch he saw hit him in the thigh. One of the home runs was a fastball out over the plate that he hit the right center, so I don't know where you pitch him. We've seen him turn on balls inside. We've seen him stay with balls on the outer part of the plate.
Home run to the opposite field. That ball was off the plate, and he still barreled it up and crushed an opposite field home run.
Seen him pick breaking balls off the ground and elevate them for home runs.
6 total now as a Dodger. Calmly watches that one miss. He's ahead 2-0. MVP in 2018. One of the greatest seasons of this century. One of the greatest seasons in Red Sox history. Last year the numbers not quite the same. Still second highest OPS of his wonderful career. Ahead here, 3 balls, no strikes. Nobody harder on Mookie than Mookie. The entire 2019 season he grinded away. Endless video, tinkered mechanically, searched for much of the year. Said it finally started to click for him in the second half when he stopped trying to chase those numbers from 18 and decided to just be himself. A strike, 3-1. Also got some help from a private swing coach that he met through a teammate. Always looking for opinions. Always trying to find edges. Even one of the game's best. How can I get better? He's always asking. Lifts a fly ball to left center field. Back towards the wall. It is gone! Mookie with another 3-home run game. In the history of baseball, 3 men have done this 6 times. Johnny Mize, Sammy Sosa, and now Mookie Betts. Strike 1 on Seager.
I guess you don't see any pressure of signing the long-term deal in him. That's usually a story after those big deals.
Is he going to get a curtain call?
The cutouts are clamoring.
Yeah. Three for Betts, 6 for the Dodgers tonight, and we're still in the 5th inning. Franchise record, in case you're wondering, which at this point wouldn't blame you to wonder, is 8, set on opening day last year. And this inning kept alive by the overturned call at second base, giving Betts that opportunity. So 3 home runs. He's driven in 5, and he's scored 4. That's a pretty healthy line
for a week,
right? Full count. Sky high fly ball off of Seager's bat into center field for Olivares. And that will end the inning, but not before Mookie Betts goes down in Major League history. His 6th career 3-home run game, and we're only in the 5th inning. Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Order Jack's $5.99 Southwest Cheddar Cheeseburger Combo for delivery and make it a double for $1 more. And by Nissan, take off in a new Nissan before summer ends. Don't miss the Nissan Bottom Line Sales Event. Manny Machado takes a first pitch breaking ball, strike 1. Edwin Rios in the game at third, getting Justin Turner off his feet. On a night where the Dodgers have 11 runs on 11 hits over the first 5 innings. Two balls, 1 strike. Machado, who is 0 for 2. Urias has been really efficient tonight. Giving up 4 hits, no walks. Although falls behind here 3-1. Popped up right side of the infield. There's Bellinger. There's out number 1. A word from Marco.
Arco, quality top-tier gas for less.
69 pitches by inning. You can see the 7 in the 5th really helped, and so did that 9 in the 2nd. After the 21 and the couple of runs in the 1st inning, he has really settled in.
70th pitch tonight is the first one to Tommy Pham, and it's ball 1.
They've only gotten 2 hits off of Julio's fastball tonight. It has been very effective.
And right from the first batter of the game, Fernando Tatis Jr. had 3 swings and misses on fastballs. Urias getting that strikeout, first of the 3 that he's had tonight. It's a swing and a miss on a heater here, and it's 1-2.
Julio's fastball's been good, and Dodgers have been attacking the fastball. They're 6 for 10 off fastballs thrown by Padres, and 4 home runs.
So he's going to get at least one more chance at a 4th home run.
That is Mark Whitten territory. There are some others that have had 4 home runs in one game.
2 in Dodger history. Sean Green in Milwaukee, 2002. Gil Hodges did it against Boston in 1950. On a 2-2 pitch, Pham fouls it straight back. Will do it again. It was in Vin Scully's first year. Joss misses.
Julio's dropped down a few times like that with his fastball here tonight, and he's located it very well. He thought he had that one right there. A little sidearm heater to the outside corner.
Now pop fly down the right field line. Betts easily settles under it. 2 up and 2 down. Boy, I can't wait for all of you to be here to watch him in person.
First baseman Eric Hosmer.
Can you imagine what this place would feel like tonight on his 3rd home run, and as he came up for an opportunity at a 4th?
I was just thinking about it. Yeah, this place would be rocking.
Strike 1 on Hosmer.
The standing ovation for him that's on hold, his first at bat.
Oh, yeah.
When the fans come back and you know it's going to be a sellout. Just for his walk up to the plate. He's going to get a standing ovation.
"12 years of Mookie Betts coming up. Breaking ball pulled sharply right side, and a lunging catch by Edwin Rios down the top of the 6th. What a night to be in the Dodger watch party. 6 home runs and an 11-2 lead. 3 of those 6 home runs coming from Mookie Betts. Joe Orel and Alana back at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers hopefully on their way here to splitting this 4-game series, remaining unbeaten in series this season, as the rookie Luis Patino comes on to pitch.
Looking to get some innings, looking to get his ERA down, looking to eat 9 outs for his club and to protect the pitching staff. Even with the depth of the rosters the way they are now, this is the kind of game for the Padres that they want to get through it with as few pitchers as possible and get on to the next series.
Patino, just 20 years of age, made his big league debut against the Dodgers last week. Induces strike one and a foul ball from Edwin Rios. New third baseman in the game, although you wouldn't know it from where he's standing. It's Jake Cronenworth out there in short right field. So Machado finished for the night. Rios on for Turner, his first at bat of the evening.
I thought you were going to finish that statement about Rios, new third baseman in the game. You wouldn't know where he was standing because he got the ball at second base on the line drive for the last out.
That too.
I was like, yeah, what position did they put him at?
It's like third basemen are playing over there as much as they're actually playing at third these days.
Machado's been out in right field catching ground balls.
Shifting across baseball is up 40%. Wow. The batting average on ground balls for left-handed hitters 3 years ago it was 231.
Yeah.
And as the defense has gotten more and more aggressive shifting them and more accurate, it's now 182. 182 the average on ground balls from left-handed hitters.
Dropped at 50 points
in 3 years. So that goes back to the conversation we had the other night a little bit. You don't expect guys to lay bunts down every time and to shorten up every time, but that number's been dropping and dropping and dropping and is showing no signs of reversing. Rios hits a fly ball to right, but Myers will settle under. One gone.
They always say the game will adjust. Well, the players have to adjust now. That is the game, but they're going to have to find ways to get on base. If they feel like they're going to hit a ground ball to the right side, they better try hitting it to the left side.
Bellinger feels like he's ready to break through. 2 balls hit over 100 miles per hour off of the bat tonight and a walk. First one from Patino. Power against power. Started him with a changeup. 0-1. A 1-1 offering. Bellinger swings and misses at a breaking ball. 1-2. Down swinging at 99.
Your official Dodger merchandise is available for curbside pickup or home delivery. See Instagram at Dodgers Top of the Park for details.
A.J. Pollock, good day for him. Home run and a double, although he was caught trying to steal third. It's an area where the Dodgers have had some issues this year. They lead baseball in outs made on the bases. Fastball at 98, 0-1.
Mookie is casting a large shadow tonight as far as the headlines from this game.
Yeah. Yeah, Pollock's a footnote on what has been a really nice night. Everybody's a footnote tonight to Mookie. The 2-1.
Dodger fans, Southern California fans will remember this guy, Frankie Rodriguez, down there in Anaheim, set up for Troy Percival and also then became a closer. That's what Patino reminds me of.
That's high praise.
Yep, this guy's got that kind of arm.
Look out.
Fastball, changeup, breaking ball. All three can be elite.
They love him. Padres do. One of the top prospects in all of baseball, making his debut just about a week ago. And there's more coming. That was kind of the thing with the Padres. They had these young position players like Tatis arriving with the pitching a little bit behind them. Patino, one of the first of the elite guys that they have waiting, not just in the minors, but now waiting at the alternate site, ready to come up and help as they make a playoff push. Pollock on for the 3rd time tonight. Here's Muncy. Strike 1.
Max needs to scratch one out. He needs to join the hit parade. He can stay off the psychiatrist's couch.
Yeah, I mean, you can see him really wearing it at this point. Really frustrated body language. And that doesn't help. I mean, strike 3 caught on him the last time was 6 inches high and in. And that ball was off of the plate inside too. Probably feels like he's getting kicked while he's down.
Yep.
An 0-2. Quick word from Jack in the Box.
Try my $5.99 Southwest Cheddar Cheeseburger Combo and make it a double for $1 more. Order now with no contact delivery.
No contact delivery sounds like flag football.
Yeah. Bouncing ball right side. Cronenworth ranges to his right. Throw to first with a nice pick from Hosmer to take one away from Muncy. More frustration spilling over for Max. 11-2 game to the 7.
Backstage Dodgers take a look back at how Courtney and Justin Turner continue to give back this offseason, providing free meals to families in need, supporting veterans, homelessness, and so much more. Don't miss an all-new Backstage Dodgers tomorrow after the postgame on Sportsnet LA.
Matt Beatty's in the game at first, replacing Cody Bellinger. And Julio Urias back to work for the 7th inning. Will Myers, first pitch curve is low. 78 pitches to get through 4 in his last start. 80 pitches to get through 6 tonight.
75% first pitch strikes, coming off an outing where he just barely cleared 50%.
Home of the 1-0. That shot to the right side, base hit for Myers to open the 7th. Julio Urias, 24 years old, celebrated the birthday yesterday.
This is one of those outings I think Dave Roberts going to want to get him up the tunnel feeling good about the outing. Rough start, giving up the 2 spot, top of the 1st. But after that, he has really been fantastic. And you don't want to have him have a kind of a meltdown inning that you get him out and he still gets the win in some 11-5 game or so. You want him to feel really good about this outing and get some momentum.
Dennis Santana on cue begins to warm. For Julio, really the reins off for the first time here in his 5th year. Clarity for him for the first time. He was back and forth between the majors and the minors, the pen and the rotation. But knew he was in the rotation coming into this year. Knew that especially with a shortened season there would be no limits. And with that peace of mind, off to a good start.
This is a good part of the order to finish that good start. You got a 185 hitter, a 192 hitter, and a 133 hitter coming up.
Not good. Which makes them like a lot of the guys in baseball right now. There's low averages. 1 and 2 on Profar. Off the end of the bat to right for Betts. 1 out. And that is going to do it for Urias. Here comes Dave Roberts with, I'm sure, what you just said in mind. Julio, maybe some more in the tank, but Dave Roberts wanting to ensure that it's a good feeling that he comes away with on a day where he deserves to come away with that.
He had great stuff tonight. The fastball was fantastic. He got 13 swings and misses. That was very close to the second most he's gotten in any start in his career.
Dodger Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by AT&T TV. Find the local sports you love on AT&T TV. And by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Playing it safe. Good times. Well, after giving up the back-to-back home runs in the first inning on back-to-back pitches, and then a single to Myers after that, he retires 17 of the final 19 that he faces.
6 1/3. That's a career high of going deep into the game for him. So with the reins off, he's starting to stretch the innings, and he could have easily went 7 or 8 tonight if his pitch count was up to about 100, 110. But they will be totally satisfied with 86 and 6 1/3.
Dennis Santana comes in for him and delivers a strike to Olivares. That 6 1/3 matches an outing where Julio took a no-hitter into the 7th inning back in 2017. The youngest guy to take a no-hitter that deep into a game since the 80s. Seemed like every night he was going out there early in his career, he was setting something new like that, you know, something historical for his youth.
Great response to the 2 spot in the first inning, and to stay with the theory of I'm going to be aggressive with my fastball. And he really learned that he can compete in the strike zone again with that pitch. And I said it in the first game against the Padres, these are not your father's Padres. This is a good team. This is not the team you're used to looking at. These guys are going to be in it for the whole year. The whole 2 months.
Right. Third of the way through after tonight.
I know. Wow.
A pop fly into short left center field that sends Taylor back. Olivares out number 2.
Hey, we talked about Mookie Betts' big shadow tonight. How about Chris Taylor with 2 doubles and a single? And he's going to be a footnote also.
Yeah.
Playing a clean shortstop again, letting Corey Seager stay off his feet but get back into the lineup as DH.
Good night for the footnotes. Small font. 1 ball, no strikes on Austin Hedges. Hit it with a narrow, you know, like Arial narrow. Fit more. You don't know. You don't use narrow fonts.
You've completely lost me.
No, I'm just talking about the footnotes and fonts. I don't know where I'm going.
No.
A little spinner cued off the end of the bat, fielded by Beatty. Feeds Santana. That ends the 7th, and we stretch in an 11-2 game.
Number 22, Clayton Kershaw.
I'm not sure you're going to ever see anything cuter than the Kershaw kids. The Dodgers calendar brought to you by Nissan. They head south tomorrow for a 3-game series with the Angels. All games at 6:30 except for Sunday, a 1 o'clock game. Then It's 2 against the Seattle Mariners before heading to Seattle to take on the Mariners for 2 games at their park. All of those games right here, guys, on Sportsnet LA.
And the Kershaw kid's dad is going to pitch tomorrow against Patrick Sandoval in game 1 of that series. Jock Peterson to lead off this 7th against Luis Patino. Fouls off the first pitch.
Players Weekend, that'd be a good name on the back of Clayton's jersey.
What's that? The
Kershaw kid's dad.
Yeah. Got all kinds of defensive changes we're going to try to update you on for the Padres. Peterson watches a change for strike 2. There they are. Grisham in the game in center. That moves Olivares to right. Cronenworth now playing short. Garcia's at third. Myers is at first. A swing and a miss, and Peterson is out number 1.
Shortstop number 3, Chris Taylor.
Well, up comes one of the footnotes. You said during break that sounds like a great name for a band.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
If he gets another hit, he could start the band.
Yeah. I don't think Chris would like to be the front man, though.
No, but the band would have a lot of hits.
Nice. He's looking for his 4th tonight. Checks his swing on a strike. He's got 4 of those in his career. Last one was last June at Coors Field. That's inside and 1-1. So tonight it'd be Mookie in the footnotes.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a hot ticket.
The hits just keep on coming.
Yeah. 1 and 2. If somebody can reach, Mookie would come up here in the 7th with an opportunity at a 4 home run game, which has happened 18 times in baseball history. The most recent occurrence happened here. J.D. Martinez, Mookie's old teammate, when he was with Arizona. That was in 2017. And J.D. was partially responsible for Mookie changing his swing and adopting more of an attacking philosophy, more of a slug philosophy. Mookie going to have at least one more chance to join J.D. Martinez and 17 others, including, would you believe it or not, Scooter Gennett. First guy ever to do it, Bobby Lowe, in 1894 with the Boston Bean Eaters. 2 of those 4 home runs came in the same inning. Taylor into right center field. Olivares over and back to pull it in for out number 2. Craziest one came a few years after that from a guy named Big Ed Delahanty, who was one of 5 Delahanty brothers that played in the majors. The greatest baseball family that you never hear about. Ed was a Hall of Famer, but in his 4 home run game, 2 of them were inside the park. That steps into the on-deck circle as Barnes comes up and cracks a base hit into center to get Betts to the plate.
Another multi-hit game for Austin Barnes.
And Barnes now 5 of 9 in this series. Spotlight back on Mookie Betts. 2-run homer in the 2nd to the opposite field. Solo shot to the pull field in the 4th. 2-run home run to the pull field in the 5th. It is his 6th career 3 home run game. He's one of 3 players ever to do that. First one from Patino. Betts grounds it gently along third. Charging Garcia's got it. No throw. He goes to second. Everybody's safe. It's not a home run, but Betts will settle for a 4-hit game.
The 5th hit was his thigh. He got hit in his first time up.
Corey Seager. 2 home runs. 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 2 h
And he was attacking again. Just got a quality pitch low and away, hit the top of it, and got his infield hit. You see that 11 spot up there for the Dodgers, and then you see Mookie Betts get an infield hit, and you start to realize what the opposing pitchers are going to look at the rest of the year with this lineup if they start slugging like this. You don't feel sorry for them, but it just weighs so heavy on them.
One and one on Seager. Slicing fly ball into left field. Jorge Mateo's got it spotted. That's that for the Dodgers in the 7th.
Friends at home during Dodger games, take a photo of them. Have them join the fun with the other pups and cats in the park. Presented by Lucy Pet Foods. Proceeds benefit the Los Angeles Dodgers Foundation. For information, visit dodgers.com/fan-cutouts.
Nine 1-2 coming up for the Padres against Dennis Santana here in the 8th inning. Jorge Mateo takes strike one. In his major league debut, he's 0 for 2. And an 0-1 pitch. It's a line drive to center field that Pollock will make the catch on. Now word from Nissan.
This Dodgers broadcast is brought to you in part by the all-new 2020 Nissan Sentra.
One away for Garcia. Strike one. Oh, and 2. Garcia in for Tatis. Dodgers wind up doing a good job on Tatis in this series. Came in hitting .333 with an OPS above 1200. He went 3 for 16 in the series, including all of his last 9.
They didn't pitch him one particular way. They varied their sequencing and how they attacked him.
Pulled sharply. That's a fair ball past the diving Beatty down the right field line. Garcia headed for second with a double.
Shortstop number 9, Jake Cronenworth.
Dennis Santana doing exactly what you need to do when you take over in a game like this. Throw a lot of strikes. This is just a changeup up that finds a hole. It was hit pretty well. Beatty was playing off the line, and this one right down the line. Just a routine double.
First runner the Padres have had in scoring position tonight. Remember, the 2 runs came on back-to-back solo homers in the first, as Cronenworth slaps this one foul. Oh, and 2.
Important innings on the Dodger side for Santana, for Rios, for Beatty. will be out there on defense when they get their spot starts that they feel comfortable. When Santana gets called into some of these high lever situations he's been in with the extra innings game, that he put up the zeros and Rios showed the power, and they got to win. Might not seem like very important innings, but it's important to those three individuals for sure.
Slice down the left field line, foul.
Foul ball, and you run to first base and got to come back, and Dieter Rule plays get back, get back, get back to where you once belonged.
A musical genius.
Amazing how many songs that he can pull up like in a moment's notice.
All the songs, every one of them.
Every song that's ever been written. To this point. Can he even predict songs that have been going to be written?
No, it's not like not magic. Fly ball to right center. Muncie's under it for out number 2.
A lot of this has been like the Twilight Zone. I could see that happening where he's predicting future songs.
Well, I mean, I guess if he just starts banging out on the keys and whatever comes out, that could be a future song. You just made it, right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I mean, Pham with a man at second and 2 out. That's in there, strike 1. One ball, one strike for Dennis Santana. Oldest of 3 boys. Born to Jose and Delia. Jose, an engineer. That's what Dennis would have liked to get into if baseball didn't work out. Delia, a pharmacist. Breaking ball makes it 1-2. Garcia's at second with 2 away. Here comes a 1-2 pitch from Dennis Santana. Pham watches it spin way outside, ball 2.
Dennis has help behind him. This will probably be his last inning and maybe his last hitter as they watch his pitch count. This outing is on 1 day's rest.
Here comes the 2-2. Strike 3 called to the bottom of the zone. And Santana with a scoreless 8. Dodgers 11, Padres 2. 11-2 to the bottom of the 8th we go. But first, check on the studio for a preview of Access Sportsnet Dodgers.
All right, thanks, guys. The Dodgers just 3 outs away from earning a split in this 4-game series with the Padres. Thanks in large part, Jerry, to Mookie Betts hitting 3 home runs tonight.
Not 1, not 2, but 3 show homers. You ever do that?
You, Jerry?
I think the guy in the middle did. Here's Pierce Johnson to pitch the 8th.
Well, Pierce on 1 day off also. Just an inning against the Dodgers the other day, gave up a hit, scoreless inning. That's what the Padres are looking for with him, and get back in there and see what they can do in the 9th. But down by 9 with just the 9th left, I think they just see how it goes individually.
Edwin Rios leads off this inning. Swings and misses, 0-1. Hey, so our band, Mookie and the Footnotes. The name's already taken, at least the second part. The Footnotes are an all-male a cappella group from Princeton.
Very nice.
Yeah.
They don't have as many hits as this team.
Well,
Mookie and the Footnotes here.
They were apparently contestants on the Sing-Off on NBC.
Okay.
Been around since the 1950s. Princeton's Footnotes. One and two on Rios.
Did your gentleman with 187 complete games in a row go to Dartmouth?
No, it's a different
was somebody else, different guy?
Yeah, it was Chief Myers.
Okay, Chief Myers.
He may have been to Dartmouth before, Jack Taylor. Very well could have gone there at some point.
Chief Myers was the guy from Riverside?
Correct. All coming together for us.
100 years ago.
Check swing, no swing, 2 and 2, roughly. Yep.
And that came up because of Austin Barnes, who's had a multi-hit game.
He has. This is all true, Orel.
This is like my whole stream of consciousness is coming together tonight.
Sky high pop up. They're shifted around. Cronenworth into foul territory, makes the catch.
First baseman number 45, Matt Beatty.
Have you ever gone down those rabbit holes where you start researching one thing and it leads you to another, and then you go to another, and then you just keep going and going and going?
Every day, man.
Every day.
Oh, pretty much. You wind up in some dark places, though, when you.
That's not very nice to say publicly.
Here's Beatty with one out. Guy sits down to watch a Sarah Bareilles concert, and hours later, man, calling me in tears.
Yeah. Some of the words get to me.
I know, and the places it sends you.
Well, start thinking about the people that you're close to and how much you love them.
Before you know it, you're on YouTube. 1-1.
Matt Beatty's been one of those lefties that has kind of struggled, you know, waiting for Bellinger to get on track, waiting for Muncy to get on track, for Jock to get on track. Rios kind of digging himself out of the hole from the left side, but Matt Beatty right in that group of left-handed hitters on the Dodgers that are, other than Corey Seager, looking to get it going.
It's easy to say that it's tough to get going when you're only getting spot duty, but he got going last year without an everyday role.
I've always thought that his swing and his approach is so simple that that's why he's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position and in clutch moments and off the bench. Just very disciplined approach, understands the strike zone, and not a real complicated swing. And like he's told us many times, it's his best position on the field in that batter's box.
2 balls, 2 strikes with the bases empty, 1 gone in the 8th inning. Beatty went around, 2 out.
And field number 11, A.J. Pollock.
Home run and an RBI double to go along with a walk for A.J. Pollock tonight.
He wants to stay in that same rhythm he's been in for quite a while now. I don't think we can call this a hot streak. I think we're starting to say he's locked in, and it might stick around for a while.
A few weeks into the season now, and pretty consistently he's been good. Bounces one to second for Jurickson Profar to send us to the 9th. Mookie Betts with his 6th career 3-home run game tonight, joining Johnny Mize and Sammy Sosa for the most in Major League history. And Mookie's still got a decade and a half to play.
We're going to get to watch him up close and personal, so this is going to be a lot of fun.
Still just 27 years of age, doesn't turn 28 until the first week of October. As Jake McGee comes on, tries to keep up his stellar start to his time in a Dodger uniform, a lot like Mookie. Doesn't get talked about as much, but 6 1/3, and he's not giving up a run.
10 punch-outs, only 1 walk. Just pounding the strike zone with about 90% fastballs.
Trent Grisham off of the bench tonight, leads off this inning and takes ball 1. One ball, 1 strike. So the Dodgers on the verge of moving to 13-7, which would put them in a tie with the Rockies for first place in the division. Rockies were off today. Dodgers will have 1 more win, 1 more loss, and will remain unbeaten in series this year through 6. A 1-1 pitch on the corner for strike 2.
(11-2) or not, you just play the correct defense. You would think it's almost like playing behind the runner at first when you got an 11-2 game if you had somebody on, but the Dodgers just continue to put the guys in the right place. It's not like, oh, let's go back to conventional old-time thinking.
McGee fires another 1-2, and Grisham fouls it again. It's a good player here. I don't know about you, but I've enjoyed watching him. First, 7 games these teams have played against each other. He's 23 years old, first year with the Padres.
He's a gamer. Does a lot of things right. And you can tell he's always grinding.
Intense worker, too, they say. That was one of the things that attracted the Padres to him. Led him to go after him in a trade. In foul ground, Taylor sprinting over, won't quite get there. Skip Schumacher, who is one of the bench coaches for the Padres, said that the last young guy with the intensity and the purpose and practice like Trent Grisham has, Chase Utley.
That is high praise. Shu was that kind of player too, though. He takes one to know one.
Seventh pitch, another foul. It's a guy who was the 15th overall pick of the draft. Struggled in his first few years in the minors. Health was part of the problem. In his second game as a pro, he got taken off the field on a stretcher after going into the wall head first. So traumatic injury early on. Then he dealt with hamstring issues before hitting his stride last year and winning Player of the Year in Milwaukee's minor league system, earning a call up to the majors. Continues to battle McGee. Came up on August 1st. Debuted as a 22-year-old. And he was key in those final couple months with Christian Yelich lost. First big league hit, a single against Yu Darvish, who, by the way, took a no-hitter into the 6th, 7th today, into the 7th before losing it to Milwaukee. McGee finally gets him.
His 11th strikeout of the year with only 1 walk. And a 4-seam fastball at the top of the strike zone that beats Grisham. Grisham battled him all the way through. Forced McGee to throw him a breaking ball in the middle of the count, but still finished him off with the fastball.
One away, 9th inning, and here's Will Myers. 2 for 3 today. It's 2 of the 6 San Diego hits. One ball, 1 strike. So you've now seen, and I guess you had as of last week, but 3 of the 4 other teams in the National League West, Giants, Diamondbacks, Padres, yet to see the Rockies. Padres look like a playoff team to you in this 8-team field?
I think they do.
Yeah.
It'll be another week before we see the Rockies in person or on monitor. Looking forward to seeing the Rockies to see if they're for real. Had some different games than the way they started out so hot lately. Maybe the pitching is starting to falter a little bit.
2-2.
On paper coming into the season, would you put the Rockies and the Padres together, or would you put them?
I thought the Rockies
ahead?
had a better chance to finish last than they did first coming in.
And we've always thought that San Diego's had talent.
And in a short season, I think we all kind of thought scary.
Right. If all of a sudden they put it together and got some confidence.
Which they have.
Yeah. The part that we believed in for sure with the Padres has really faltered, the bullpen.
Right.
And we were always thinking if they get enough starting pitching for their bullpen, and if their offense all of a sudden becomes a little bit more disciplined with all the talent that they have, they've gotten most of the equation. And that's the thing about them thinking that they're going to stay in there. The part that we graded the highest has not performed at the highest level yet. And I think they'll probably figure out a way to get it together. As long as it's not a detriment right now and going downhill because of health.
I just think there's no way they're in the bottom 7 in the National League. Right. And with 8 teams getting in.
Right.
Full count on Myers.
The best records are in the National League West. And they're going to go off and go play, you know, the Giants and the Diamondbacks and the Rockies. They're going to only have 3 left with the Dodgers. So if the Dodgers are the ones that, you know, they're below 500 until they meet again, they perform above 500 against the other National League West opponents, they'll definitely make the playoff picture. If you do well against the West this year, you're gonna be in good shape.
Yeah. Yep.
For those of you that don't know that joke, it's because that's all you play is the West.
And same for the teams in the Central. And for the Central teams, same for the teams in the East. You only play the East. But from both leagues. So the stretch coming up, 3 against the Angels and then 4 against the Mariners, both out of the American League West. That's a walk and a 1-out base run. Well, the second one issued by McGee.
He's kicking himself a little bit. One bad pitch, and now Mark Pryor making sure he keeps his pitch count under control at 18 right now. Probably try and keep him under 25 as Dylan Floro warms up. Austin Barnes out to the mound, kind of stalling for Dylan. They're probably saying, the way Dylan's going after it, they're probably saying this is your last batter, McGee. So the only thing I ever worried about with this 3-batter minimum for relievers is pitch count and health. If a guy gets into a battle of a 13-14 pitch at bat, the guy gets a hit or doesn't even get on, the next guy fouls off a bunch and he gets to 6 or 7 or 8 pitches, and all of a sudden, and you don't worry about it if the guy's on 3 days rest or 2 days rest, but you worry about if it's a back-to-back. You definitely worry about it if it's a back-to-back-to-back.
Strike to Profar, 1-1.
Actually forces clubs to really carry more than 1 or 2 left-handers. You can't, you bring them in and now you can't just use them for 1 batter.
Yeah.
You have to use them for 3 batters. You're looking at a pitch count like we got here tonight with McGee at 21. Well, tomorrow night you might need another left-hander because of this pitch count. And a lot of bullpens over the course of a full season, they don't like to give guys as many back-to-backs. They'd like to have guys that are down. They're available if needed, but the pitching coach and the manager are pretty much thinking 2 or 3 guys in their pen are down tonight. And the only way they get in is if you go to extra innings or you just get to a point where this is the only way we can win the game.
"22 pitches, the 3 hitters he's faced. Here comes the 1-2, and we'll do it again.
Well, he's not out there because he's not pounding the strike zone. 17 of the 23 are strikes. The foul balls that are adding up.
They'll try 1-2 again. Profar tomahawks it to right. Betts is back to make the catch. 2 gone in the ninth. Dave Roberts will hustle out of the dugout and relieve McGee, who's thrown 24 pitches. And Dylan Floro, who's getting ready in a hurry, will come in, try and get the last out. I think Jake's saying, "I'm fine, Skip, if you need me," but Dave's saying, "Not going to let you do that."
Now pitching number 51, our daddy, Dylan Floro.
And they played that same clip on the video board here, so Dylan got to see it as he came in to throw his warm-ups.
There's no better way to announce daddy than that way. He's just looking for 1 out, low pressure situation, so anything he felt in his heart for his kids, it's okay right here.
Dylan, another guy with a spotless ERA so far through 8 games. And another guy who has limited the walks.
When the bullpen has had a few rough patches, and they haven't had many, they got an ERA totally just over 1. It has been the strike throwing ability at times that got them, but overall they've been pretty much flawless.
1 ball, no strikes on Olivares. One and one. Well, Floro can finish this thing off. This would be 21 consecutive shutout innings from the Dodger bullpen. 20 2/3, but I rounded.
Yeah,
I took the liberty.
You're good. Okay. 11-2 game.
Right. 1-2. So the Angels and Mike Trout tomorrow night. Down in Anaheim, first of 3. Kershaw for the Dodgers, and a guy who grew up dreaming of being Clayton Kershaw, Patrick Sandoval for the Angels.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Mike Trout's going to be part of our open.
I think let's do it. Can't wait.
Match up against Clayton Kershaw.
You know, the stretch coming here against the Angels and the Mariners, those 2 teams really struggling. Two of the worst records in baseball. One of them 7-12, the other 7-13. No surprise with the Mariners, but the Angels, people figured, would be a postseason contender. That does it. A swing and a miss to finish this thing off. A night where Mookie Betts steals the show, hitting 3 home runs. Gets plenty of support. 3 other home runs, 6 total, and an 11-2 win.
Dodger offense last night got started late. Here they started in the first, and they kept scoring all the way to the 5th. Then they shut it down and called off the jam, but another nice win.
To split the series with the Padres and still unbeaten in series this season. They are now tied for first with the Colorado Rockies. The Dodgers sitting at 13-7, now a third of the way through this 60-game sprint. For Orel, Alana, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Stay tuned. Access Sportsnet Dodgers, presented by your Southern California Ford dealers, begins now.